Cristiano Ronaldo. The name is iconic. You've seen the goals. You've heard the roar of the crowd. But who is the man behind the global brand? In this explainer, we're going to peel back the layers. We're talking about the goal machine, the carefully crafted image, and a side you might not know as well, the philanthropist. We're going to try and understand what makes a legend tick. So, let's start with a number that almost breaks your brain. Here it is, 964. As of early 2026, that is the official number of career goals Cristiano Ronaldo has put in the back of the net. Just let that number hang there for a second. It's a figure that kind of sets the stage for everything else we're about to get into.
Okay, so to really wrap our heads around a number that massive, we have to start with the raw stats. Let's dive in and dissect the data that really defines his dominance on the field. So check out this breakdown of his club goals. The consistency is just wild across all of Europe's top leagues and now in Saudi Arabia. But your eyes just get drawn to one line, don't they? Real Madrid, 450 goals in only 438 games. That's not supposed to be possible. And if we zoom in even closer, just looking at his time in Spain's La Liga, the numbers get even more bonkers. For Real Madrid, he played 292 league games and scored 311 goals. More goals than games. That kind of clinical finishing over that many seasons it's almost unheard of. This chart right here really tells the story. His goals per game ratio at United and Juventus? Absolutely world-class, no question. But that 1.03 ratio at Real Madrid, that's a whole other stratosphere. That was his prime, his absolute, undisputed peak as a goal scorer. So the stats are just undeniable, right? He is a phenomenon, a goal-scoring machine. But do numbers like that really tell us everything we need to know about Cristiano Ronaldo? Let's peel back another layer. And that brings us to our second section. We're going to move beyond the stats now and explore the man behind the brand, the very carefully constructed public image. A great place to start is Guillaume Balaguer's biography from 2015. What's so important about this book is that it's not an authorized story. It's an investigative look that tries to paint a more complete picture, including the parts that maybe Ronaldo himself wouldn't want you to see. And this quote from the book is so revealing. Balaguer suggests that the warrior persona we see on the field, it could be just that, a persona. A brave face he puts on to project this image of unbreakable strength, maybe to hide his own insecurities. It's a powerful idea that this image isn't just for us, but it's essential to the entire CR7 global brand. And this really gets to the heart of the matter. On one side, you have the official narrative, right? The one managed by his agency, Just a Feud, that's all about success and triumph. And on the other, you have journalists trying to tell a more nuanced, maybe more human story. It's this constant battle for who gets to control his public image. So we have the goal machine, and we have the carefully managed brand. But is that all there is to him? Is there another, less visible side to this global icon? Well, that brings us to our third section, which focuses on a part of his life that, doesn't always make the headlines, his huge and really wide-ranging charity work. His charity work is incredibly diverse. When a disaster like an earthquake or a flood hits somewhere in the world, he's known for making huge, multi-million-dollar donations. He funds children's hospitals, supports cancer patients, helps build schools, and even uses his massive platform to raise awareness for things like blood donation. It's really interesting, actually, to see how his approach compares to his great rival, Lionel Messi. They're both incredibly charitable, but they do it in different ways. Messi's foundation often focuses on long-term projects like education and medical research. Ronaldo, on the other hand, is known for that more direct, global outreach, making huge donations to help disaster victims and individual patients in need right now. Okay, this brings us to our final section, legacy. What it all means as he heads into the final chapter of his unbelievable career. You see, his move to Saudi Arabia back in 2023 was about more than just a new contract. It's all part of this long road to the 2026 World Cup. You have to believe this is his last, best shot to win the one major trophy that's always been just out of his reach. It would be the ultimate cap on his career. When you talk about his legacy, one argument is just undeniable. Based on the sheer volume of goals, the variety, and his insane longevity, you can make a very, very strong case that he is the greatest pure goal scorer the game of football has ever seen. But, of course, you can't have that debate without the other side of the coin. The other perspective is that while Ronaldo is the ultimate finisher,
Messi's greatness comes from being the most complete attacker, blending all that scoring with an almost supernatural ability to create chances for others and control the entire game. So that leaves us with a final question to chew on. When it's all said and done, after all the goals have been scored and all the trophies have been lifted, what's going to be the thing we remember most about Cristiano Ronaldo? Will it be the staggering record-breaking numbers he put up? Or will it be the relentless, obsessive, lifelong pursuit of perfection that drove him to get there in the first place?